Hello, everyone, and welcome to Snap Take. This is Glazer of Snap Judgments, the official podcast of Marvel Snap Zone, and this is your second video of this lovely, lovely Saturday. I realize that a lot of people are struggling to hit Infinite. It was harder for me to hit Infinite this season than one in a long time, so I decided that it would be a really good time to do the top 5 decks by the stats from rank 90 to 99. I used Untapped stats for this, so check untapped.gg, but you can also check Marvel Snap Zone, where Den breaks down these stats in a tier list of his own. Our best deck from 90 to 99, this one is a smaller sample, is this one in front of you. It is Arishem Loki. I haven't even heard anyone mention Arishem Loki since Doom 2099 came out, but apparently from 90 to 99, this deck is absolutely singing, and this is an old version of it. It's got Loki in it, it's got Thanos, Arishem, it's still got Blob in it. It's running a bunch of older cards, but it is wildly successful. Probably because it has an answer to fundamentally everything in the meta, while drawing cards is very strong. No idea who made this version, but it is very cool. This deck needs Thanos, Arishem, and Alioth. You can do without any other cards in the list. Loki can be Iron Patriot, Cable, or Valentina. Blob can be Red Hulk or Magneto. Blob is just big. And Mockingbird can be She-Hulk. Those are your main replacements for this list. Turn by turn is always a little bit weird for Arishem decks, but we're going to do our best. This one has a 66% win rate in 100 games. It is again worth noting that nothing has a higher win rate in 100 games, up to 200 games than this list. This is the highest win rate list in Marvel Snap in a reasonably low sample. Our next lowest sample we're going to go with is 180 games in this video. Turn 1 is a draw rock. Turn 2 is Loki or draw rock. And the beauty of Loki on 2 in Thanos Arishem is that you still have that 6/10 and that extra energy, so it ends up being really nice. Turn 3, color Mockingbird. You can also play draw, and this is your last real Loki turn. Luke Cage is a fine play. Oh, sorry. Really quickly, if you have Loki on 2 and you have a draw stone on turn 1, do yourself a favor and play Loki, then, unless it's Mind Stone, play the draw stone after, because then you're drawing the discounted cards. That is much, much better. Turn 4, color Mockingbird. You can also drop Thanos here if Time Stone. Turn 5, you're going to pick a 6, whichever one makes sense. Alioth or Blob are my go-tos earlier on, and then you can protect that Blob with the Alioth, and you sometimes Alioth on 5 to turn off a powerful play, like, let's say they're going to beast back a lane. You can say, no, I win now. Turn 6, Chandra Enchantress, or more 6s, and again, Alioth and Blob are your big go-tos. Cool. Next up is going to be the best deck that is big in a huge sample size. The highest win rate in the most games will be our next deck we look at. But for now, one last look at this one. This is in a slightly smaller sample size. Absolutely incredible. If you've got the cards, I suggest you go give this a play before people are ready for it. Before we go any further, I'm going to hit that sub button if you're willing. Subscribing, liking, and commenting goes a long way to helping the channel out. Where on the channel, this is our ninth video this week. We cover Marvel Snap more consistently and thoroughly than anyone in the game. The bottom right-hand corner has a YouTube-looking button. If you click that, you're subbed. It helps us out, and you get the best and most consistent Marvel Snap content, the best decks before anyone else gets them to you. We are also giving away a season pass every week for the rest of the season. We are announcing 5 season pass winners in tomorrow's video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. All you have to do is sub, like, and then leave a comment. Now, here's the key. Every video this week before this one has a season pass in the comments. Make sure you go through all those videos, watch and comment if you're interested in winning a free Sam Wilson. All right, Scream Move Ranked this is Den's creation. Den had this on his tier list just to show that this is both effective on Marvel Snap Zone and Untapped. This is the huge play rate deck that is the highest ranked Scream deck in the game, the highest ranked pre-infinite deck in the game in terms of just getting wins in a massive amount of games. If you have these cards, this is probably what you should play, because the sample size and win rate for this are both utterly through the roof. Like, we don't usually see anything that comes close to this sample size having this kind of win rate. We're going to credit Cam best for this. I don't think Cam actually made this version, but Cam was the person who on like day 1 of Doom 2099 came up with the Scream Doom idea, so we're going to credit him. This deck needs Scream and Doom 2099. Nebula can be Bob and Iceman, or Zabu. Rocket and Groot can be Gladiator or Stegron, and Sam Wilson can be Psylocke. It is worth noting that this deck is running the combo of Nebula and Rocket and Groot, which we thought might really be a thing when Rocket and Groot came out and hasn't really materialized except for this one deck. This deck is a 61% win rate in 1,200 games. That is, again, absolutely insane. Nothing even like above 500 is close to this. This is a absolute top of the line number. So turn 1, you want Nebula. Turn 2, you want Sam over Scream over Kraven. but what you play on turn 2 is partially determined by what you have for 3. So turn 3, you're going to want to play Rock on Nebula. If you played Sam, you want to play Craven, so now you can start ping-ponging the shield. If you have Scream, now you want to play Polaris. So it depends which you play earlier. What you have for turn 3 will determine what you play on turn 2. Turn 4, you want Doom 2099, and that's better than, generally speaking, 2/2s. Then turn 5, Arrow or Sandman, and then turn 6, Doom or Magneto. Take your pick as you win. You can win without Doom with just Scream. You can win without Scream with just Doom. Sam and Craven give you a really, really powerful alternate plan, as do Nebula and Rocket. It's unsurprising to me to see this deck doing so well. After this, we're going to look at the second best deck for Infinite overall in a strong sample, nothing like the 1,200 games for this, but in a really strong sample. We've got another really great deck. One last look at this. This is, again, probably what you should be playing if you're struggling for Infinite and have access to it. Hey, check me out later tonight. I should be streaming this evening on twitch.tv/PulseGlazer. If you're interested, please swing by. It would mean a lot if you have the time. All right, again, reminder, we're not doing a season pass giveaway on this direct video. If you'd like to leave a comment, please let me know how your weekend is going. But outside of that, we are announcing our 5 winners tomorrow, and then we will be giving away another Sam Wilson next week, so make sure you're ready for that. All right, Sizer's Iron Patriot number 1. This is a deck that Sizer basically hit Infinite with last season. It's still the best Ajax deck. It's still the best from 90 to 99 in terms of getting to Infinite. Like, literally not a card changed. I double checked. Really, really impressive work from Sizer, and this deck is still being so strong right now. You can find Sizer at twitch.tv/Sizer2654. This deck needs Ajax, US Agent, Man-Thing, and Anti-Venom. Those are the 4 non-negotiable cards. Reminder that Anti-Venom is in a bundle for 4,500 gold at the end of the month that everyone who doesn't have Anti-Venom should be saving up for. Zabu and Bob can be Shadow King, Iceman, and then they could also be anything in the Iron Patriot replacement section, Valentina, Cable, or Sam Wilson. Red Guardian can be an Iron Patriot replacement, Gladiator, or Rogue. And I'd just like you to know that Sizer is playing this list right now on the Infinite leaderboard at like rank 5 or 6. I don't know where he is exactly, but he is replacing Red Guardian right now with Sam Wilson, just as a way to protect his own stuff a little bit better. Malekith here can be Frigga or Shang. Shang is probably a better replacement, but Frigga has a lot of synergy with both Anti-Venom and Luke Cage, so there is some value there as well, and value, as well with Iron Patriot. So don't be afraid to try Frigga if you have Frigga. I feel like I've covered this deck 50 times. It's just so strong. There's no point in not like hitting it and making sure people know about it. This is 64% in 200 games. This is the second highest win rate overall after that very first deck at the start of the video, the Arishem Thanos one. This is a 64% win rate in 200 games, which is just stellar. Turn 1, you want Zabu over Bob. Turn 2, I will, generally speaking, if I have multiple 4s in deck, still play Zabu over Iron Patriot. That's better than Bob, which is better than the US Agent. Turn 3, if I can drop a 4, I'll drop a 4. If not, Luke. You can also Juggernaut if you need to win that Iron Patriot lane, or Red Guardian if you have a key target. Think your opponent dropping a free early Morbius, that's the one I was looking for. Turn 4, Anti-Venom is better than Malekith, is better than Man-Thing. There's times when you will Malekith to try and improve your draw if your draw is doing really poorly. But generally speaking, Anti-Venom over Malekith over Man-Thing. Turn 5, Ajax for 3+2. If you didn't draw Ajax, feel free to play whatever 4 you want, ideally with another card. And then turn 6, Man-Thing or Malekith with Hazmat/US Agent is the goal, right? You want to drop Man-Thing in a lane with Hazmat, and then you win that way. Or you can drop like Man-Thing and US Agent, or Malekith and US Agent, or Malekith and Hazmat. You get the idea. You can also do Jug or Red Guardian with another 3 or 4, or you can do Ajax and Bob, or you can drop Luke and Jug, which I can't believe I didn't write, because that's my most common play. Ideally, though, what I tend to really want to go with is Luke, Hazmat, and then Hydra Bob is a really, really strong combination. Next up, we've got some more Scream, but first, this is again the second highest win rate deck overall, and a much better sample than the first, so this is another excellent one to go with if you're looking for Infinite. Hey, if you're interested in seeing gameplay from these decks, please check out the stream team. Probably streaming right now is the great Thor Newman, and you should check out Oh Behave tomorrow as well, so please do so. All right, Zombies Surtur Scream. We actually covered this yesterday. We're going to cover it again. This one has a crazy sample size already. I don't know why. Someone else must have covered this also. But this one has a crazy sample size already and is absolutely crushing right now. You can find zombies at twitch.tv/zombies go nom nom. This deck named Scream, Surtur, and Sam Wilson. Still same as yesterday. Juggernaut and Zabu are the Hydra Bob replacements. Color Ares can be Crossbones. We've also got another alternative Scream below on the next slide at 63% and 180. I didn't do a card replacements and turn by turn because you get the idea. Hey, remember how Scream was like the best card, and I told everyone that, and I got yelled at in the comments a lot because no one believed me. It's still the best card because Luke Cage has seemingly left the meta. Luke Cage will come back in a few weeks when Diamondback comes out, but until Diamondback comes out, you should be taking advantage of Scream. Its win rate is incredible. It's got 3 different decks that should fit this list. So this is the 63% and 181. It is your standard Scream list. It's just running. Excuse me. Hope shouldn't be here. Hope is replaced with something. I don't remember what. As I made it, Hope was replaced with Polaris. Hope should be Polaris, excuse me. But either way, this is just saying, here's Scream, here's a couple season pass cards, and here's Cannonball, and I guess Hydra Bob, but Hydra Bob's never really important. And Rock and Groot, this is a more expensive one, but this is still one of the better lists in Marvel Snap. This is like your classic Scream, no extra bullshit. We are just running a Scream game plan, and when you see Scream, you have a similar win rate once more to Mr. Negative. It's insane how good this deck is, especially if you're lower ranked and trying to get infinite. You should probably go get Scream if you have your token still. This is a 60% and 920 game deck right now. That first one, this one, the zombies one, not the other one. So that's a huge rate. That's why I showed it over that one, because that one, the other one's 180. This is 920, and they're close enough in percentages that I thought it was worth redoing this one. So turn 1, Bob. Turn 2, Sam over Scream over Craven. Turn 3, Surtur over Polaris. Turn 2, Cull over Ares over 2+2. Turn 5, Arrow or Fours, and turn 6, Heimdall or Magneto. And if you'd like this in more detail, please remember to check Marvel Snap Zone, where I wrote an article yesterday explaining and examining this deck. We're going to look at the best Surtur deck after this. It's not going to be another huge surprise. We've covered a lot of the best decks. I know that's not a shock to anyone who's been here for a long time, but we've covered a lot of the best decks. Hey, I don't advertise this all the time, but we have a Patreon, and our Patreon has a bunch of stuff that goes with it. If you're just a free member of the Patreon, about once every 2 weeks, I try and give you something free. Like here's a free early access, here's a free something. So if you're interested, check out the Patreon, join free, it doesn't hurt. The $2 tier is our show appreciation tier. The main thing it is to just like try and help us out. It ends up being something like 30 cents a video. 3 cents a video. Because we release so many videos per month. So 3 cents a video per month if you're willing to give us $2. It also allows you to enter our tournaments. Our Snap Judgments League tournament is our big one. That one is running now and has $400 in prizes. We also run a bunch of smaller tournaments just for single days if you're interested in that. Our $5 tier comes with early access to all the videos, where you get the video early and you get extra access to me, basically extra questions, extra stuff like that you need. And we have a $10 tier as well, where you also get an exclusive monthly video. And Roy and I are talking about doing an exclusive monthly podcast on there too about things not Marvel Snap. So if you're interested in that, please check that out as well at patreon.com/snapjudgments. Cool. All right, next up, we've got the Crown Champion. This is Skada's list. Skada's list is, in fact, the list that is ranked, on the way to get to infinite leaderboard. I don't know. I invented that leaderboard. You know what I mean, though, right? This is one of the best lists to play. Skada won the Crown tournament with it last weekend, and this list has continued to perform. This deck needs Scar, Surtur, and Zabu. Nico and Bob can be Iceman and Nightcrawler. Cull, Crossbones, or Ares can be Typhoid, but then add Luke, and you do need the other 2, unfortunately. There's not other 410s. This is a 63% win rate deck in 180 games. That is the exact same as that previous Scream list we talked about, the one we didn't do the full coverage of. Turn 1, you want Zabu over other 1s. Turn 2, you would like to play 1s. You don't really run 2s. Your only 2 here is Shadow King that matters, and you're trying to save that, right? Turn 3 is Surtur over a 4 for 3, Cull, Crossbones, Attuma, Ares, whatever, and that's better than Cosmo. You really do want to get one of those out, though. Turn 4, Cull is more or less equal to Crossbones, which is better than Attuma, which is better than Ares. Cull and Crossbones are big, and you want to get them out when you can, because like a Killmonger or opponents taking over locations can make them difficult to play. Attuma can destroy, so you want to get them out early, right? Attuma can draw your stuff, so you want to play that after them. You're trying to like have as much information as possible before you decide where to Attuma. And then lastly, we have Ares, and Ares is vulnerable to both Shang. Everything here is vulnerable to Shang, right? But Ares is also vulnerable to Shadow King, so you want to sort of wait for that card as long as possible. Turn 5 is a 4+1 over Arrow, and then Turn 6 is Scar plus everything you have left. This is, again, the last of our lists, which is doing absolutely great. If you're looking for infinite, please, please, please play these super high win rate lists. They should help you get there if you have the cards. All right, questions of the day. Our first is from Sadistic Medic, how to make JT Falcon good. And that's a really important question because JT Falcon is my least favorite card since at least Luna Snow, and maybe even before. I think that this card just does not have a home. I've been trying multiple things with him. I think he has to cost 2. If he doesn't cost 2, maybe if he's an on reveal, reactivate all the ones in this location could work. I don't know. But as is, he's completely dead. Maybe a 2/2. I like the 2/2 as either on reveal or as he is now, and I think that either way he would be really, really good. But as is, like, this is a bad card that we don't want to be playing. Hopefully you're not buying him. He's fine in bounds, I guess. Cougar asked my favorite fast food go-to, and for most of my life, I loved Taco Bell. Taco Bell is not Mexican food; it's junk food, but it's delicious, gooey, horrible junk food. As I've gotten older, like literally in the last year and a half, I've liked Taco Bell a little less. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite or go-to anymore. So my favorite real fast food is Wendy's. I really, really love their varieties of spicy chicken. I always get a spicy chicken, one of them, and then a junior bacon cheeseburger, and I'm perfectly happy with that. I really enjoy Five Guys and Shake Shack as well. Both they're just so expensive. Like they're fast-ish food, not anything else. However, if you have a Five Guys near you and you haven't tried this, I urge you to try it. Get a cheeseburger, a bacon cheeseburger, regular cheeseburger, and ask for it all the way. I know it sounds weird and gross. It's basically all their free toppings on it. Um, it makes it so that every bite tastes like a different thing, and it's absolutely fantastic. So I urge you to give that a try. Certain tiers of support on our Patreon come with on-air thanks. As you heard earlier, I'm going to say thank you to a bunch of people quickly because I'm recording this live on stream. Thank you to Abigail Giesland, Mandatory Burnout, Irregardless, LAB, Inc., I Am Frostman, Hota Navarrete, Thinking Poker, Primed Ryan, Ryan Burke, Ryan Wood, Caretix Lee, Koire, Kazuchi, Archangel 3K, Black Dahlia, Perifrost, The Goat Seeker, Hollowed, Only Fox, Synth, Bad Nick, Dirty Casual, Mr. Kerfuffle, Cables, Ginger Prime, Philip Rakovich, who I'm going to go beat in Marvel Snap after I'm done with this video, Haplo, Kenny Loggins of the Danger Zone, The Bizza, Black Jeebus 23, Extra C and Skippy G, Jessica Campbell, Slush Death, The Kinger Bros, The Great Kazoo, Werewolf, Kepsi Hoda, Lunar Chris, Clam, Colonel Forbin, Rob Silverman, M. Holland, David G. Wingfield, Steven, Brian Kaufman, Tristan H. Martin, Jason B., Mr. Craig Sterry, Matt V., Ren Wrench, Corwin, John Q., Jim McHugh, Yes Stout, Eighth Sage, One Big Man, Milkman for Reals, Cactus, Jack, BG, Quid Pro Joe, Snap Decisions Joe, Mod, Supreme Models, Green Goblin, Unibot, Flom 56, The Fuzzinout, Spectrumix, Hoot, MB, TB, Shannon, Matt H, DJ, Mikey, Hijinks, No Frickin' Flex, Nick the Greek Geek, Zodrex, the King of Canada, Denman, Falcon, Fafthor, Newman, Jonesy, Two Ties, the Great Lord Evs, the Pirate King Tucker, and of course Gunny T, where the T stands for peace. I got another video for you tomorrow, on the morrow, dear friend. Peace, hit that sub, and I'll see you then. Stop recording.